Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Back in the garage today. This time I got my work truck, which is a 2010 Chevy Silverado, and I'm going to do a quick video on how to replace this old worn out factory stereo. I went ahead and picked this up, got it off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a brand new JVC, just a single DIN stereo, but I got it for 40 bucks. And the main reason I got it was for the Bluetooth hands-free, which also comes with a microphone I'm going to mount. And also had to get install kit for the dash. I got the Scosh GM1598AB, and even though this says 2006 2007, I went to the Scosh website, and this is the kit they say I need to use for my 2010, so hopefully it works. And this kit is a single DIN, or you can use it as a double DIN as well, because it includes the little pocket for the single DIN that goes underneath the new stereo. And then I guess I also had to get this antenna adapter, and it's made by Metra, part number 40-CR10. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And with these GM vehicles, I guess you need to use this interface. It's made by Access, AX-GM LAN29 is the part number, and GM data interface for 2006 and up. And I guess you need this so you can keep the factory door chimes, or the like low fuel level chime that it does. And this is the kit they said I needed, because this is just a basic work truck, no options. It doesn't have OnStar, so if you don't have OnStar, I guess you need to use this one. And then I also picked all this up off of Amazon, which I'll put links in the description, so you guys can check that out as well. So first thing I'm going to do is we need to remove this whole piece here, and it looks like this piece right below the steering wheel is kind of covering that. So I think first thing we need to do is just stick your fingers in here and pull this just kind of like that. Next, you should be able to just get your fingers kind of back behind here or on this corner, and then just pull towards you, kind of like that. Just snaps out of there. And then just kind of bring this down. And I don't think we need to disconnect any of this stuff, because as you can see, we got plenty of room to work on it here. So we should be able to just lay this down like it is, and then go ahead and start taking that out. Next, I'm going to go ahead and remove these 6-7 millimeter bolts here. Then go ahead and pull this out. Go ahead and disconnect your antenna here, along with your wiring harnesses. Just push on these little tabs here and pull out. So next I'm going to go ahead and start assembling the mounting kit here. And like I said, I got a single DIN, so I'm going to be using this pocket here. If you have the double DIN, you won't be needing this. So I'm just going to take my faceplate here. You can kind of see the Scosh emblem right there, so that's going to be your top. I'm going to lay that face down, take my pocket, and this just goes into the second tab here, and just kind of snaps into place there like that. And then I take the screws that they supplied me with and go ahead and screw that in. Next, you'll take your sides and you can see they're labeled left and right, but since this is face down, so the right's going to be over here. And then this little tab here is going to go into that second hole there. So go ahead and put that on, and then take 2 screws, one on the top and then another one on the bottom here. Just like that. Then you can go ahead and grab your new stereo, and I don't think we'll be needing this, so you go ahead and pull that off. And then this one has a little faceplate here. I don't think we'll need that as well, so you go ahead and, there's a little tab here, I think you just, unclick here, and that just kind of snaps off of there. And then we'll go ahead and slide this through. And then you just want to make sure that's going to be flush. It's kind of like that. And then we're going to go ahead and stick 2 screws in on each side. And they didn't supply you with any screws in the kit or in the stereo, so I had some old screws laying around. I'll try to find some on Amazon if you guys need it, and you can order those as well, but these should work. Just kind of screw those in there and just kind of get them started. Then I'll tighten them here at the end, just so I can make sure everything's flush. So like I said, you can kind of maneuver it how you want. If you want it to stick out more or be sucked in a little more, I'm going to go with it out a little more like that. That should work. So once you get it where you want it, then you can go ahead and do your final tighten these down. So like that. And then before I go ahead and start the wiring, I just want to make sure everything's going to work. So I'm just going to set this here and make sure the holes line up and everything. So looks like that's going to work. So next we can go ahead and start wiring the new harness going to the stereo, which is going to be this here. And as you can see, none of the wires are labeled, so I got to go off the box here, and it shows you all the different colors and what they go to. And then you'll also want to take your new interface and the wires that came with it, and none of these are labeled as well, so you have to refer to the instructions here, and that tells you all the different colors and what they go to. So we need to match these to these here on the box. So let's go ahead and start wiring. And then I'm just using some crimpers, and I'm using these little wire connectors here, and I'll crimp on them. So just go ahead and match the colors to the colors on the box there. Alright, so as you can see, I got all those connected. Some of these I didn't use, like the antenna, power antenna, and steering wheel remote. I don't have any of that, so I didn't have to use any of those. And then just double check, make sure everything's good and tight. It's not going to pop out. And then also just make sure you got your speaker ones correct. You know, with the, like this white one with the black line, that's your negative. So make sure you got all those connected right as well. And then go ahead and grab your interface here. And we're going to go ahead and plug this in. So you're going to take this small one, which should match to connect into there. As you can see, this one is going to be for, see it says SWC, which is going to be for steering wheel control harness, which my truck doesn't have. So that'll plug into your steering wheel control harness if you have that. But this one just goes, plugs right into the interface here, just like that. So let's go ahead and put it in the truck. Now we can go ahead and plug in our interface here. And there's the old harnesses that plugged into the factory radio. So what you want to do is, you can see this one has 4 wires coming out of it. So just match that up with the new one. You can see that one has the 4 wires coming out. So that should just plug directly into there. And then go ahead and plug in the other one here. And you can see the speaker, this little speaker went off. So that's going to be your new door chime. And then next, go ahead and grab your new antenna adapter. Let's go ahead and plug that in. This end's just going to plug directly into there. Just like that. And then, like I said earlier, this is a basic work truck, so I'm not going to be using this steering wheel control harness here. I have nothing to plug that into. And then it also comes with this connector here, which I'm not exactly sure. I think this might be for like navigation, if you have navigation or something, which I don't have as well, so I won't be using this. And then before I go any further, I'm just going to grab my keys and turn the key. I just want to make sure everything's working on this new interface speaker here. So just turn it on. And you can hear my door chime now. And then also turn the key and check your blinkers, because your blinkers are going to come through this little speaker now too. So that seems to be working, and then I'll check my hazards as well. So yeah, looks like we're good. So next I'm going to go ahead and remove this panel here, because I'm going to be running my microphone wire up through there. So if you guys aren't using a microphone, you don't have to do this step. But first I'm going to remove this, and this should just pull from down here. Pull that off. And then to get this off, looks like there's a Phillips head screwdriver here, and then also here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those off. And then you should be able to just pull on this, I think. So it looks like there's one more bolt right up in this hole here. And that's going to be a 10 millimeter. And now it should come out. So I'm just going to take my microphone and unwind it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it up through here, back in through here, through the back, so I can plug it into the radio. And then I'm gonna wire it up through the headliner and that up to the middle here. Just kind of like that. Now we can go ahead and start installing the new radio in here. I'm going to first tuck some of these wires up in here. Kind of like that. And then go ahead and grab your new stereo. Plug in your antenna. Along with your microphone. And then your new wiring harness. Snap that in. And go ahead and set it there and see if it lines up, which looks like we're good. And make sure this is going to line up as well. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and put these bolts in. Grab your 7mm and we go ahead and start tightening. So before I move any further on putting everything back together, I'm going to grab my key and make sure the radio comes on and is working. So it looks like it powered on and looks like it's working. So just like before, let's go ahead and put this back up. Make sure no wires or anything gets pinched. And if you guys unplugged all this, go ahead and plug those back in. And this truck doesn't have the four-wheel drive right here because it's on the floor. This is just my work strobe lights. But so let's go ahead and put this back up. And then all you gotta do is pretty much, I think, just hit on it, snap it all back into place. Just like that. So with the radio all done, I'm going to continue wiring my microphone right now, and I'm just going to follow along underneath there, go up through the pillar here, and then probably feed it with these wires, tucking it in under the headliner, and then I'll end up probably just clipping it on to this little console up here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll probably just feed it through, probably just go inside this Velcro here. And then I'm probably just going to pull this weather stripping back. Just about like that. And then I'll go ahead and take the microphone, go up through here, and then just kind of feed it in here on this pillar with this cord if I can. go ahead and put your weather stripping back on here. So then it'll look like that, and you can just kind of move it this way. And then, like I said, I'm gonna try and tuck it behind the headliner here, kind of with these other wires that are going to my camera on my rearview mirror, and then also the company's drive cam. So whatever way you can do to get it tucked up under here. And then go ahead and pull it out. So I think I'm just going to kind of maybe clip it on here, something like that. And then I'll be able to turn it. And it has a sticky pad if you need to use that. So you could also just stick it here if you wanted to. But for right now, I'm just going to tuck it in there like that. That way it's pointing towards me kind of. And the rest of this I'll just tuck under here. So as you can see, I just kind of used a zip tie and went around them other wires, and then went ahead and tucked it up under there a little better. And there's the microphone. And then the last part, go ahead and put your bottom panel on under the steering wheel here. And then clip on your side piece here. Alright, so that's going to do it for the video. Again, this was a 2010 Chevy Silverado, and I went ahead and removed the old factory stereo and put in an aftermarket singled in. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, guys, and check out some of my other videos. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.